the ellipse when it's standard equation, and being able to link that to the graph. All right, which ellipse is represented by this equation? All right, so let's go ahead and just get our generalized form out. It's always good to practice. X minus h quantity squared over a squared plus y minus k quantity squared over b squared, and all of this always equals 1 for ellipses. All right, so using this form, for me, when things are kind of laid out, it kind of links together. If you need to write it out, that's fine. You can see that in my previous videos, but our center in this case is going to be the opposite of the number next to x, so that's -4. So the opposite of -4 is +4. And the y component of the center is the opposite of whatever number's paired with y. This is a +6. So it's going to be a -6 with the opposite idea because of the minus sign. And we would look at our horizontal. The horizontal radius is the number next to x. So, it's the number in the denominator of the x binomial portion. And in this case, it's a 9. The square root of 9 is 3. And the vertical radius is the number next at the denominator for the y binomial portion and the square root of it. So that would be the square root of 4 is 2. All right, so we can even graph this if we wanted to, but let's just go ahead and I like kind of doing it ourselves first, then we can link it together here. So x is 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Y is -6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -6. And so here's our center. All right. Then we have a horizontal radius of 3. Horizontal is left and right. So that's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 for the horizontal. And the vertical is 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Remember, radius is going off the center in each way, so that the distance would be double it, so the total. But in this case, here's what our ellipse looks like. All right, we're just trying to find one that matches that. Well, that looks pretty good right off the bat. -4, -6, check. Rise 2 from the radius. Run 3 from the radius. 1, 2, 3. Yep, there it is right there. It's everything that we got. Just looking at some of their other options, make sure. Yes, so this is a common mistake where you might have, if you didn't half it, doubled it. I can see kind of the mistake too of accidentally having this too, but those are radius, so we're okay. All right, next one, see if it's any different. Write the equation. Okay, it is different. Write the equation. Right, what? The equation of the ellipse graph below. What do we always have? The form x minus h quantity squared over a squared y minus k quantity squared over b squared, always equal to what? 1. All right, so we'll just go ahead and look at each part. So first, what's the center? The center is at 4, 6. That's our center. And then it's nice to go in order here to prevent confusion. So let's take care of the x first. So we're looking at this distance right here. So that's a 1, 2, 3, 4. For these problems, they're just having you count. So that's a vertical radius right there is 4. And let's look at the other one. Sorry, vertical. It's horizontal. Horizontal radius, left and right. Vertical, there we are. Now we're time for vertical. So the vertical radius, up and down is 1, 2. Okay, and then we just fit everything into this formula, and we should be done. All right, let's check. So x minus the x part of the center is 4. Quantity squared over the A is the horizontal radius. Horizontal radius is 4. That gets squared. Plus y minus the K portion is the y portion of the center, which is 6. Squared over the vertical radius is 1, 2. So that gets squared, and it's always equal to 1. All right, then we just type it in. All right, x minus 4. These are in parentheses. That gets squared. All of that is being divided by, and for these, it's important to note that usually they want you to simplify this. So that's a 16. That's a 4. All right, so we'll use that. 16 plus y minus 6. Quantity squared. Or equals 1. All right, just want to confirm everything looks like it should. And yes, so the one other thing is if this were like in the negatives anywhere else, it would have a negative in the center. Negative and a negative would make a positive, so I'd rewrite this as like minus whatever that negative number is, or wherever it might land. Got it. Next one, any different? And it looks like now we're starting to repeat this style of problems. Okay, good luck on these.